hang on, I thought the game had crashed there, guys. Yeah, hi, it's Mike. Welcome back for a bit more Kerbal Space Program. Just had a shockingly long moment of total blackness then for a minute. As far as I'm aware, I didn't click on anything, but yeah, if you remember in the last episode, we upgraded our contracts, and we also accepted plane parts in here, in the hope that, you know, if we get desperate, we can do a bit of terrestrial, well, terrestrial, whatever it was, science. I'm going to check the contracts because we've just been into orbit, so there is every chance. Terrier, we could do with that if we haven't got it already. Small landing gear. Yeah, that'd be quite good actually. We're going to accept the fly to the moon contract because we are going to the moon a lot sooner than episode 10 as well this time. I have a plan. Yeah, there's certain bottlenecks in Kerbal Space Program, the way I see it. The very first of those, I might actually do, I'll carry on talking about that in a sec, but let me just... Suborbital, that means reach the atmosphere, the edge of the atmosphere, and then drop back down again. I can do that. We can do that. We've got 4 years to do it, but we can do that. Yeah, so the first bottleneck that I can see is your launch pad. You're not getting into orbit. Well, yeah, technically you could get into orbit, but with the extreme limits that you get from your start platform, it's pretty hard, shockingly hard to get into orbit. So you upgrade this, that's your first, then you can get into orbit. The next is cache, so you need to unlock this. Don't ever forget about this building. If you're playing sort of in the harder modes, this is your lifeblood. We can actually take more, but we can't because we've got to upgrade it. But we could outsource our R&D, which would be quite good. If you outsource your R&D, you trade a little bit of reputation for science. Not a small amount either. You get quite a healthy little chunk of science for that. So yeah, we got to ferry a tourist into suborbital where we can use the rocket we've already got. But only they won't be able to fly it, so now we have to figure out how. And it only needs to go straight up and down. Let's have a look what we've got. That was our last ship. First, no. We can actually delete that one. We don't need it for historical reasons or anything. Our orbital bus ship. We won't need to do science, so we can trim it down a little bit. For instance, this lock can come off. Certainly need the parachute. Certainly need a heat shield. I might skip most of the build and just show you what I come up with when I'm finished, but yeah, this is well more than capable. It doesn't even need the boosters, I think. I actually think we'll use the smaller boosters. Just needs to get up there really. So only got to go just out the atmosphere and come back down. It doesn't need to be. In fact, that would probably reach out of the atmosphere if I had 3 of them up here without this bottom stage at all. If I was going to be penny pinching about it. Well, I'm not. Well, I think that'll reach 70 on its own. Pretty certain. Pretty certain. Take these off, and now we've got the flight parts, we can get the steerable. Yeah, it should do. Boom, boom, boom. It's only got to go to 70,000. And then I think that's our tourist. So we'll put him in. Now we just got to figure out a way of controlling it. So what we might have to do, see, I've got to think about this because we're going to need to rescue people from orbit. God damn it, I thought I had the Probodyne thingy. I mean, with no pilot there'd be no SAS, but would he be able to fire the staging? Because if he can fire the staging, that's fine. I'll just press go from here and tell him to press the red button when he gets up there. So, but we'd have no control over it. It might actually say failure to launch because there's no pilot. Let's do this. Yeah, Christ, it's only a suborbital flight. Not exactly rocket science, is it? Yeah, but it should be alright. At least we'll have a pilot in there now. Yeah, so this is what I come up with basically. A twin capsule. And that's the best I can do. Hang on, one more thing before we go. Let's whack a couple more shoots on it. I hope the goddamn heat shield holds. Should do. It's not that big a deal. Let's give it a go. We'll stick it in as a 2-man prototype. Prototype, we use a question mark for that. Can you use a question mark? You can't use a question mark. Okay. Should be relatively simple. Should be boom, go, and then just drop back down once you reach 70. As I said, I could have put a load of boosters on it, but I don't think it's going to need it. I swear I've been to 70 with less before now. Oh yeah, oh look, she's well experienced now. Or Janie, yeah, should rename this the Jenny Space Program. We've got a second stage there, but we probably won't need it. Oh, it's going to need full throttle, I know that much. As I said, it's only got to get to 70. Oh, you're a heavy old boy, aren't you? Not going to muck about with any gravity turns or the planet turning underneath us is going to give us a sub-orbital trajectory anyway. Probably going to cut some of this flight, and I'll see you at the Apple apps, I hope. Fly me to the moon, play among the stars. I had a crazy moment there. Starting to get some reasonable forward speed going. Yeah, I should have done a daytime launch, sorry. Daytime launch would have allowed the guy to actually see what was going on. Our little tourist. Have you noticed, by the way, even though we're going straight up, that we're getting a curved orbit? We are going straight up, and then the planet is turning underneath us. That is where we're going to land. That's where we are, that's where we're going to land, but it's not because we are flying that way, which confuses some people. Needs to be going crazy fast. I don't know if we're going to make it. 44, 45, go on, keep going. Fuel, fuel, fuel. Keep going. We'll do 75 to be on the safe side. There we go, a little bit left. And I'll see you guys at the Apple apps. Hi guys, well we've reached the 70k of space. I've had a slight change of itinerary. I'm gonna decided to give this guy the sunrise experience, just because we're good like that, you know. I'm just gonna burn it at the horizon basically, from 70, just below 75k. If we get an orbit, all well and good. It'll be a decaying orbit, I'll make sure of that. But you know, we might reach somewhere new. Actually, probably not, we're not going to get across the water. There we go. Engines off. I was hoping to give him the sunrise experience and get round just to the other side of the planet, but never mind. Yeah, you can sort of see it a bit. Keep me happy. There you go, you got some Aurora Borealis for you to watch, Mr. Tourist. Where is our tourist? Give him a little bit of a... Okay. Thought we had some day glow then, or night glow. Must have been left or right a bit. That's a... Yeah, come on, let's see something. Get him his money's worth, eh? Should be technically near to looking at the planet. There it is. And there it goes. There you go, you got your view. You spin it right round, you see, there you go. Some stars occluded, there's a little bit of land. There you go, ka-ching. Let's get this pointed prograde before we have a mishap. Caps lock puts fine controls on, by the way, if you do need them. Yeah, we're coming down in the sea. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get a bit further, but we went up without boosters. If we'd have had boosters, we'd have made orbit. But, you know, then the guy's got to pay extra $1, innit? You'll get to see re-entry, be all cool. Alright, see you when we hit the atmosphere. Don't want to wander too far from the prograde. We're doing alright. We haven't really got any atmospherics. Come down relatively... There you go. A little bit, but 21,000. That's low. That's not much, really. That's... I'd find that a reusable ablative shield, actually. Better that don't even drop a point. Ooh, picking up now. Yeah, you go through most of it. It's had double weight on the caps, on the pods there. But that's fine. Absolutely fine. We didn't drop a single point on the ablative shield. Reuse that bugger. Gonna pop our shooter. I don't know. I'd say 1,000 personally, but we'll pop it at 2,000 and then our time skip down to the ground. Alright, yeah, let's go for 1,000. We're at sea level, right? Get to watch that other bit hit. I lied, I chickened. Where is that going? Splash. Yeah, often in the background you hear sounds of explosions and stuff. You just gotta live with those. It's just not that you would be able to hear debris hitting the floor at that kind of distance, but you know, explosions are a necessary part of the game, the way I see it. Yeah, when we've done this mission, we should then have enough to upgrade the tracking center, which will then give us maneuver nodes and warp 2 and all those lovely little things that we haven't had for quite some time. And the warp 2 is new as well. I'm looking forward to using that. Never hit the ground with time warp on. Never, ever, ever. Let's go IVA, see what our tourist is seeing. If you double click on the window, you can actually look out of it. So you can sort of like as if your face is up against it. Did we stay upright? Oh wow, we did. Just made the world's first Kerbal submarine. Cruise assessment of the situation. Glug, glug, glug. I thought we had a water biome reading, but never mind. So yeah, having identified those two bottlenecks, I think this is going to be a much better playthrough, I think. We got 12 science. Amazing. Got very little of our rocket back though. Oh, Sherson gained 1 XP. Got 1 XP and then you're going to bugger off. Oh, that's what they're doing, isn't it? These other companies, they want us to give their pilots experience so that they can then take us on in the market. Whoa, that's cheeky. That is the kind of thing that would set me off. Hang on. 2 tourists. So we've got 302 now. And some science. Science data from space around Kerbin. Get that on our next flight. 3 tourists. Sub-orbital. Fly by the moon. Sub-orbital. Minmus, you're having a laugh. Be waiting a while, mate. I won't be waiting that long. Actually, I'm gonna. Once I get a little orbital hotel going, we will do exactly that. Visual surveys. That's what our plane's for. Stick a rocket booster on a plane and just fly directly over, point up, launch. It's kind of a step in the right direction for a space plane. I do want a usable SSTO, which stands for single stage to orbit. I've seen people slap boosters on and have like multiple stages on a plane and call it an SSTO, but that's kind of fundamentally misunderstanding what SSTO means. It means single stage to orbit, single stage. Yeah, we'll take that one. We'll come back for science data. And we're going to get on with the moon trip in the next episode, I think. Off camera I'll just test that part. What's the time? Yeah, 20 odd minutes. I could probably jam it in. Maybe if I edit out some of the other stuff, but what we're going to do, we're going to upgrade that. We've got 78,000 to build a rocket, and we can now track the bastard. So, no point in spending any science. And we want to upgrade this as fast as possible. This is your next bottleneck after those two. this one has to be done next, because if you can't EVA, you can't get science, so no point in upgrading this because you can't get the science. So upgrade this first, then you can get the cash and stuff for doing EVA missions and stuff. And you've got a good chance of upgrading this building, because look at it, 676,000 for me. That is a huge amount of dollar. 400 to upgrade that again for unlimited, but I'm not bothered about that. I don't know what else was there. Flight planning upgrade gives us unlimited flight planning available. Flight planning is available because I've upgraded that and that. So patch conics, unknown object tracking, that's meteors and stuff that orbit. I never went to them in 0.24. I'd be quite interested in doing it. Once we get the ability to mine resources, we can set up on Minmus and then launch from Minmus and go find an asteroid. This needs upgrading, but we can do VTOL for a bit. If I upgrade now, I ain't even got the money to upgrade that. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly test this part and then cut, and we're going to the moon.